Very, very happy for this football team. Again, cardiac calves, I don't know what you want to call us. I mean, it's just one of those things that the guys just hung in there again, played a tough game, played a good team. And the game went back and forth. It's just one of those games that explosive plays, big plays, long passes, things occurred during the course of the game that, you could have turned and felt the pressure of here we go with another close game. But these guys, we've been in close games, as you guys know, and actually, executed and did what we needed to do to win a good football game against a good football team. So I'm happy for them, happy for the players. Talking about being resilient, that's kind of been the thing we've talked about all year. And now we have an opportunity to win another game, the last game, against a very good football team that's looking for their own opportunities as well. And, it's an in-state opponent and all the things that go with that. So we'll enjoy this today, tonight, but go to work tomorrow about the things we need to take care of. But as I said, my hat goes off to Coach Cutcliffe. It's a good football team. I'm so proud for these guys in that locker room in there because they played another tough, another close, another gritty game. And, we're ready to move on from there and get better. Any questions?
Mike, on that last drive, what was the cause of that unsportsmanlike penalty?
On the last drive, I believe.
Duke's last drive.
Yeah, well, there's a series of things that I thought the ball was tipped. It was a pass interference that was called, and when the ball's tipped like that, then there is no pass interference. But obviously, replay didn't have a good shot at the tip pass, and so argued a call and. Resulted in a penalty on the sideline there. So take responsibility for that, how we handle ourselves, even though calls, may be controversial or difficult calls to accept. Got to do a better job of managing ourselves, coaches in the sideline.
Coach, at the end of the game, you had everybody gathered in the middle of the field. I heard the fifth-year seniors being called over. What was said in that huddle, and what was the message? Well,
just basically messaging about, it's tough to win college football games, and this season has been, some of the games we've lost by a touchdown or less is, some of those things that you go through. But I was proud of the effort at the end. I was proud of the game, proud of the way guys responded. We got out on them early, and that's a good football team. They came back and they did some things, and then we had a chance to continue our lead, scoring 41 points, scoring 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. On drives, touchdowns, not field goals. Freshmen, Olamide, Juan Thornhill, David Eldridge. I mean, guys having good games, stepping up for some of these seniors. And it was just kind of good. It was good to see the maturation process a little bit when you're playing in a tough game, and to come out on top of that. And so those are some of the things you talk about: resiliency, grit, determination, and those guys showed it today. And we need for that to carry on and move on and have another opportunity next week.
Mike, when we asked you Monday about Matt Johns, you talked about the progress he's made this season. Today he had another career high in passing and hit some deep balls. What about his performance in this game?
Yeah, Jeff, it was very important for Matt to continue his growth. The maturation process of a quarterback is only developed when you're playing, when you're in the fire. And, there are some things, we don't want the turnovers, you don't want some of those decisions that he might have made. But a guy that touches the ball 100% of the time, I thought Matt did a good job, again, of just moving the football team, making some throws that were right on the money, decisions about getting us out of plays that because they might show a defensive look. And he has to continue to keep playing better. I'm glad he's a guy that our players follow. He's a leader, and he's played. He's gotten better the last few games here, and we're going to need him to play his best football next week for sure.
Mike, why did you have so much trouble moving the ball in the fourth quarter?
They did a good job defending us. They did a good job of shutting down some of the things that had been working earlier. And you know, we have to make sure that we find ways to continue to keep moving the ball. But you know, that's a good football team, and they came up with a way to to play the running lanes, and we didn't execute the way we needed to. But in the end, we made the first downs, we made the catches, we did the things that we needed to do, to win this football game. I think we were 50% for third downs. Matt had a career day passing. Yardage-wise, running the ball, there's some things that we did well, and a lot of guys were involved with this production on this offensive day. So we won the football game. That's the major thing, and obviously, we look at things we have to take care of when we get back. We'll start watching film in the morning. But again, I'm proud of the effort.
Coach, Zacchaeus had 179 total yards. He had a passing TD and a receiving TD. What have you seen out of him to merit such a diverse role in the offense?
He's a good football player. He's a guy who's got a lot of skill. The skill set for him is you could put him as a receiver, as we have. He came in as a running back, punt return, kickoff return. He does a lot of things. He can catch the ball out in space, and so, he is such an added bonus to our offense, and he's a great young man. Even more than that, so we'll continue to keep trying to find things that he can do, touch the ball, because he was very productive today.
Mike, that first quarter, you scored the 21 points. The offense was kind of wide open. You had Alamedy, obviously, with the halfback pass. You had used T.J. Thorpe a couple times on jet sweep. So was that just in the game plan to be real creative here, or was it just kind of a nothing-to-lose mentality and go out there and see what you got?
Yeah, I told Steve just to call it and let's go. I mean, there's no holes barred on this. I mean, we've had those plays in the arsenal for a while, and then sometimes you just gotta call them. And the guys executed a lot of it, a lot of the plays that we practiced over the course of the season. Did a good job in practice, and we said let's go, let's do it. Went forward on fourth down there near the 50. I mean, just let's go. I mean, let's play to try to win a football game, and we executed well. Those first possessions that we had, and did some really good things as the game went on. But again, I'm happy for the team.
Coach, with Tech coming up next week, how important was it for the team emotionally to complete this game and go into that week with a win?
It's always important to have a measured amount of success, and this was a win. This was, offensively we did some really good things. So it's always important to have the mindset going into your next or your last game with a positive mindset. And having been in a lot of football games, you're getting ready to play a team that's a really good football team, and it's important that the way we ended is on a positive note, and we talk about the positives, and we'll focus on the things we have to get corrected, and then we move forward. And this is another important game for us because it's the last for a lot of seniors.
Mike, we saw Canyon on the first possession, the second half. I don't know if we saw him after that. What is his kind of stats? Were you trying to see if he could do it that first possession and it wasn't working for him?
Yeah, we'll see. He's got an upper shoulder area thing that he was trying to play through, and just at that point in the game, we just said, listen, we're going to take you out and leave you out. If it was an emergency, perhaps maybe put you back in. But the receiving corps as a whole, I believe, did a pretty good job. And a lot of guys stepped up in a lot of different ways. But we'll get better a better prognosis on where Canaan is in the next day.
Mike, every football team talks about wanting to send the seniors out on a high note. Not every team actually goes out and plays that way at the end of the season. What is it about these guys that has allowed them to continue playing hard, even with some disappointing losses, and even knowing that the bowl is not out there for them?
Just it's a close group. It's guys that like each other, love each other, that hang out together. We talk about unity being something that's very important to this group. There are some goals that have not been met, but there are goals still yet to be attained, and that's what they talk about. And again, getting ready for this next week is also one of those opportunities. So it's a great group of guys. You guys have talked to them during the course of the year. You know who they are. They've represented this team, this university well. So they'll get ready again. They'll get ready again tomorrow and get ready to go.